Welcome. Today I'm going to show you how to begin an intervention. Beginning an intervention means that this is how we start entering data about how a student may be doing in a particular SIM intervention, like a writing group or a guided reading plus group or reading recovery. So to do this, we have to have already put our students in the school. We have to have registered them in the school in the system. So if you haven't entered the student into the school yet, you need to go back and look at the Add Student video first and make sure you've added the student. So this video assumes that you've done that. So to do this, you go here under Teacher Tools. Again, if it's the little plus sign, you just click on it and it will pop open. And we click on Begin Intervention. When I do that, I'm presented with options. In my case, the two things that I do are Guided Reading Plus and Reading Recovery. I'm going to begin a Guided Reading Plus intervention with a student. I click Next, and I'm given two options for students to choose from, either Bethany Franklin or Craig Rice. Bethany is the student that I'm adding. I actually want to add her first, and I'm going to click Begin Intervention here at the bottom. And it then says, what is the first roaming date? Now, roaming is really more targeted toward reading recovery. Most other interventions don't use a roaming period. If you, by some chance, do, then that date may be different than the data begins on date. But for me, it doesn't. I began working with her on 01, 08, 2013. And my data begins on that same date. 01, 08, 2013. And what this is if you do have a reading recovery group, we know that we are in a period of roaming for usually a couple of weeks, and then there is a date on which our first instructional lessons begin, and that's why we have these two dates. So if you are in a Guided Reading Plus group or a writing group, then these two dates may be the same, as you can see on my screen. Her performance is well below average, and then I simply click Begin Intervention. And that's it. That's all there is to starting the intervention. Now, how do you enter the data for her? Well, it's using this Add Data link that you see here, but I'm going to cover that in a different video. So that's it for this, and so you can begin interventions for other students by simply going back and clicking Begin Intervention, and I can add another student. I can add Craig, for example. Notice that Bethany is not listed. I can't do two Guided Reading Plus groups with her simultaneously, but I could go back and add Craig, and I would go through the same process. First roaming, and we'll say that they started on the same day. And I click Begin Intervention. So now both of my students, you can see, are in my Guided Reading Plus students list. If you have questions, feel free to contact me, and have a good day.